Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We've got another installment of By the Numbers. Today we're going over two-star prospects. We've got two schools we're using, USC and Alabama, and we're looking at the two-star guys. I'm tempted to call them, one-star 2.0s, but that might be redundant. But the two-star guys, I kind of lump them together with one-stars. I think they're going to be a little bit better as we dive in here. But one thing that stood out to me as I was recruiting, and I caught this, and I didn't pay attention to this with the one-stars, but the hard sell, right, or the soft sell, the three ticks that they have, I think by far and away, the two-stars were the prove yourself kind of guys, right? So there's somebody who are going to come in, they're going to work for everything. They don't expect, any of the publicity, any of the fame, any of the notoriety. There's somebody who's going to come in, do their job, and prove themselves. And then the second most popular one, I think, was team player, right? So again, a guy who's just all about the team. They're really excited to be on a Division I team. They know they have some abilities to contribute to the team and make it better. So, which is why I refer to them as one-stars 2.0. Again, there's going to be the glue guys you want on your team. They're going to be eager to prove themselves and to show up and do the work and do what it takes to push others and maybe earn a starting role. So, two stars, I salute you. Let's dive in. First thing I want to do, in my one-star video, I had a comment about the coaching abilities. And that's one thing I did not check with the one-stars. I checked it with my JUCO guys. I thought it was minimal. So for two stars, I want to look at it. The Alabama coach has tier 3 for quarterback, wide receiver, tight end. Right? And then we look at offensive coordinator. He's got motivator. He's got it for QB, the development. And the defensive coordinator doesn't even have motivator. So we're looking at our QBs possibly progressing faster than other positions, and then maybe wide receiver, tight end for Alabama teams. And let's check out USC's coaches. All right, so here's USC coaches. And I'm not going to progress these guys. I'm not going to use any of their coaching points. We're going to leave them as is. So Junior Irish at USC, he's got quarterback, wide receiver, tight end. To tier 3, again, that's the only one I can see that I've found that really impacts the progression of a player. I know there is something up in, maybe it's CEO. Let's see. Yeah, like this one, if you're CEO, you could get this senior superlatives. You can, increase all skill caps for seniors. But none of my coaches have that. And then I thought I saw one in architect So architect could be one that players earn XP, but none of the coaches have the architect. All right, before we jump into two stars, I think we have to be aware of the coaching skills that affect the progression of players. However, I think there is a lot of randomness in how players progress. I've seen YouTube videos where a left tackle has elite dev. The coach has, the XP bonus for drafting players in the top 3 rounds, has the offseason XP bonus, and that left tackle still didn't reach his potential and only hit like mid-80s. So there's a lot of randomness with the offseason training. The reason I wanted to dive into this is to see the potential of two stars. So I'm not necessarily concerned with the coaches having skills that affect how much they progress. I'm more concerned with how good can they get. I get USC and Alabama probably have that bonus for getting guys drafted in the first 3 rounds at most positions. But I also think that a two-star coming into your program is going to get more playing time than they did with Alabama and USC during this simulation. So we got to take all that into account. And again, I'm just concerned about the potential. I wanted to know how good two stars can get. And so I set it up the best way to get as many two stars to look at as possible, to see their caps and to see their potential. So take that all into consideration as we go through these two stars. And with that, let's jump in. So I think we're good there. We understand kind of what the coaches are doing. Again, I think it's pretty minimal on most positions. We're looking at maybe at Alabama, the quarterbacks. We'll see how much they jump. So with that, let's jump into our players here. All right, recruit-wise, we signed 70. USC signed 35. Alabama signed 35. Again, I think it's important to note the one-star, the two-star guys, I think you can put off till later in the season, unless you have restrictions on yourself or in your league or whatever where you can only sign 1 and 2 star guys. But if you're trying to build a program kind of in a realistic way, you get some 3-star guys that are interested. You may have a 4-star, depending where you're at. I would say go after them hard. Get some 1 and 2 stars on your board from your pipeline so they gain interest. And then as you solidify your top guys, you can come to 1 and 2 star guys later. And JUCOs, you may be able to add JUCOs later as well. I think JUCOs are more sought after than 1 and 2 stars. So we signed 70, but I scouted. I really dug into scouting here for this one. For USC, I ended up scouting 91 guys. 5 of them were gems, 2 were busts. For Alabama, I didn't scout as many for Alabama just because it's hard to coordinate who USC scouted when I'm in that player pool. So I just let USC do all the scouting of the extra guys after the initial 35. So for Alabama, I scouted 42. I got 1 gem and 1 bust. You add those together, I scouted 133 2-stars. I got 6 gems and 3 busts. So just like the 1-stars, not going to be a lot of gems out there. Not going to be a lot of busts. You're just going to get a normal development guy most likely. We'll dive in and see if any of the non-gem guys have an impact development. But percentage-wise, you're looking at 4%, 4.5% being gems, and about 2% being a bust. So I don't think the strategy is to go out, scout 1 and 2 stars until you find a gem. I think that's going to take a lot of time if you have the points to do it, which I doubt many 1 and 2 star schools don't have. I give the percentages so you know what to expect when you go after a 1 and 2 star guy. Right? Don't expect to get a gem or even a bust, which is nice to know that they're rarely going to be a bust. But I think we saw from the 1-star video, a 1-star non-gem can jump into the mid 70s, low 70s, and be a contributor on your team. So, and I think if you want to know how many guys 4.5% is, I think you'd have to scout 22 guys, about 22, 23 guys to find a gem. That's over half your recruiting board. So again, probably not a strategy to just go out and scout for 1 and 2 star gems, but I definitely think they're good enough to go after. So let's dive in. We've got our guys signed. Again, we got 70. Let's look at development trait. I'm guessing they're going to be mostly impact. I don't know if we're going to get a star dev. We'll see though as we keep track here. And again, it looks like gems are just impact. So Chad here, impact development with no gem status. So we do get those with 2 stars. That's good to know. Here we go. We got a star development with a gem. Another impact guy. There's a bust. And an impact with no gem. So USC has 6 impact guys, 1 star development, and only 5 gems. Let's go check out Alabama. All right, so right off the bat, we get a star dev for Alabama with a gem. And I think Alabama only signed 1 gem. Yeah, but he was a star dev. Here we've got an impact development with no gem. Another impact development with no gem. All right, so Alabama signed 1 gem. He was star development. We had 2 other guys that were impact that were non-gem. So of the 70 we signed, we had 2 star development and 8 impact. So almost 3% will be star development, and then about 11% of all your guys will be impact. Again, that's including non-gem guys as well. So to hammer it home again, you're not going to get a guy who comes in and contributes right away, but get them a redshirt year. And I'm guessing that second year, they're going to be ready to step in, be a really productive backup, or even a starter. All right, let's do some quick position changes here. If you don't know this, you come to position changes, you don't see your athletes. There's no tab for athletes yet. I hope EA fixes that for 26. But to find your athletes, go to position, sort once, sort twice, boom, there they are. I've seen a lot of YouTubers out there think they can't switch their athletes because they don't have a tab for them, and rightfully so, right? I missed this for the first few months trying to figure out where my athletes are. But just go in, sort by position, you've got them. We've got Eric Connors, looks like a possession tight end. We're going to move him to left end, and I actually want to keep track of my athletes here because on my 1-star video, I thought my athletes did not progress as well as I thought they would. So we got Eric Connors at left end, and then when you come back, I don't know how EA hasn't fixed it or figured this out yet, but you got to sort by position again. Antonio Ruggs, another possession guy. We're going to put him at fullback. And Ekuban will be a quarterback. So hopefully I can track my athletes and kind of see their development. Again, I wasn't impressed with the one-star athletes, but I didn't know who was necessarily an athlete. I know I kind of broke that one trying to switch him when I was on the head coach at Texas. Tried to switch the Oregon team and it broke him. But we'll see if we can track that this time around. All right, USC athlete, we got Ragas here. Scrambling quarterback will be 68. Not bad. And then Nolan Chastain, elusive back. You know what? We're going to put him at fullback. He doesn't really necessarily fit the mold. Maybe he'll put on weight, though, but that is his best. I wonder if he caps out faster, though. You know what? Let's put him at elusive back. I just want to see, if their listed position makes a difference on their development. And I don't know if I'm going to track it that well, but we'll see. All right, so position change is done. We will force advance. All right, for the sake of time, I'm not going to encourage transfers. All right, here I do have to set the recruiting to auto. I think for both coaches. I did it for Texas with the one-stars. I forgot to set that coach to auto recruit, and they didn't recruit anybody the second year. But you think it's under league settings. You think it would be a league-wide thing, but auto recruiting here, on for both. All right, week 0, our first year with our freshmen here. I just want to go through and look at skill caps of all our guys. So Ragas comes in at 68. Looks like he'll get to, mid-70s. Throw power, he's at 94 throw power. Accuracy goes up a tick or two, and awareness goes up. So what does he have, 5 ticks left at 71? He gets to high 70s, I think. Bullock comes in at 61. A little bit more room for improvement. Throw power is not going to be there. IQ can go way up. Health, quickness can go up a little bit. Accuracy has some ticks here, which is good. So he has 17 open ticks left, or open caps. I don't know what you want to call them. What I'm wondering is each open cap, does that signify a jump in 1 overall? Like if his IQ goes to the second cap, does he go up to 62? That's what I'm not sure of. So he has 17 open caps. Does he get to 71? We'll maybe have to pay attention to that. And then Damian Christmas, he has 17 open caps as well. Does he get to high 70s? Running back, we got Bosby coming in at 61. So again, I think right off the jump, it seems like they are just a little bit, again, 5 to 6 overall better than the one-stars. But again, lots of room for improvement here. Let's count how many 22 open boxes here. Or maybe I should just be counting the actual caps. Do you guys count the actual caps or the potential he has to fill? That'd be interesting to know. All right, so he has, I think, 22 open caps for improvement, which to me seems like a lot. I think he has 22 closed caps, or like actual caps as well. All right, moving on. Batista comes in at 58. Again, I think with the one-stars, we're looking at, sometimes guys in the 40s or high 40s, low 50s. Chastain comes in at 57. So it looks like Chastain maybe gets to low 70s here. Fullback, Javier Hand. He's got 9 open caps. Does he get to high 60s? We got McNutt at 61. Suggs at 58. Frazier at 58. Skill cap wise, looks like he has 15 open caps. Does he get to 73? Low 70s? Let's compare. They're all deep threats, all physical. So Frazier he had 15. He was a deep threat. Let's see McNutt. What does he have for caps? He has only 11 openings. All right, tight end wise, we got Bojorquez, 57, and Roth at 56. Marvin and Lacombo, 59 each. Interesting. Marvin gets a bump from coaching, but Lacombo does not. Hatow at 62, McKinnon at 60, Kane at 60. Center, we got Chavis at 60. Right guard, Brock, 61. Right tackle, Atagwe at 59. Sermon at 58. So far, our best recruit was at 68. He was a quarterback. Right end, 57 for Lobato, Wiggins at 57, and Harbor at 57. And they're all different tendencies there. D tackle, we got Nua at 58. No left outside linebacker. Middle linebacker, we got Krapluski. Here's the impact guy. I just remember because his last name, or it's not Krapluski, it's Kriplowitz. He's an impact guy without being a gem. Way is at 59. Strong is at 58. Outside linebacker, we got Gaskin at 58. Ogletree 57. Cornerback, Hobson at 59, Tryon at 59, and Wall at 58. Free safety, we got Cook at 59, Jew at 56. Strong safety, we did not get one. No kicker, no punter. All right, let's move over to Alabama. All right, we got Lamar at 63, Ecubon at 59, Wilkinson at 60 for running back, Honeycutt at 59, Patino we brought in at fullback, he's 60. We moved Ruggs. We'll see how he progresses. Wide receiver, we got Charles at 61, Gavea at 60. Tight end, Little John, 57. No left tackle, no left guard. Estrada comes in at 60. Right guard, 60. Estorino's at 60. Speed at 58. Session at 58. Right tackle, 61 for Sauer. 61 for Kasi. 59 for Moses. Connors comes in at 61. Wilds at 55. Right end, Dove at 61. Boyette at 57. D tackle, Hyman, 60. Wooten, 60. And Martino, 59. Left outside linebacker, Vasher at 61. Middle linebacker, Folk at 61. Prude at 59. Right outside linebacker, Riggs comes in at 61. Corners, 62 for Marvin. McBath at 59. Free safety, Mann at 61. Marshall at 58. Strong safety, Brink at 60. Quick at 57. All right, time to jump ahead to training results. All right, here we are for our 2 stars first training results. I'm hoping to see some big jumps. My guess is that you can expect big jumps. I think it is fairly random. Like, I think we'll see some big jumps out of where the coaches don't have tier 3, but we're going to find out. Here we go. Ragas is up to 73. He went up 5. I will put their initial overall in the bottom right. Bullock went up 3. Christmas went up 5. Chastain, whoa, Chastain had a big jump here. He was at 57. What is that, 15? So another pretty good jump. Okay, Bosby was at 61. He went up 7. Batista was at 58. He went up 8. Our fullback, Hand, he was at 59. He went to 72. I want to see if he capped out right away. I think fullbacks and tight ends tend to cap out right away. Yep. But, 72 for a blocking fullback. Not bad. McNutt started at 61. He went to 73. That's a 12-point jump. Frazier was at 58. He went up 12. Suggs was at 58. He went up 3. And the Frazier and Suggs are both deep threat guys. Because I was kind of wondering, do deep threats make a bigger jump than route runners, than physical? But Frazier and Suggs, same tendency. Different jump after the first year. Tight ends, we have Bajorquez. He went up 6. And Roth went up 6. All right, left tackles, I don't have their initial overall. But again, it will be in the bottom right. But I think anytime they get close to 70, I think it's a pretty big jump. Like Marvin here. Lacombo doesn't look like he made that big of a jump. Left guard, these guys get to low 70s. That's quite a jump. Hatow, again, 71. So a pretty good first jump. Again, they can come in at your 1-star, 2-star school, and they're ready to play. And that's with no coaching ability in motivation tier 3 for the offseason boost. Center, Chavis, he goes up to 74. Impact development guy. He's going to be starting this year. Brock jumps to 76. Atagwe, 69. Sermon, 66. Agasiva, I don't know if... Yeah, he's a JUCO guy. Right end, Labato, 72. 69 for Wiggins. Harbert is 62. D tackle, Nua to 70. Middle linebacker, Strong is at 70. Krapluski's at 70. And Way is at 67. Right outside linebacker, Gaskin to 70. Ogletree to 69. Cornerback, Hobson gets to 72. Tryon to 73. Free safety, Jew to 74. Cook to 71. And no strong safety. So again, we still see the big jumps that we saw from 1-stars. But again, they start out 5 to 6 overall better and are even more ready to play after the redshirt year. All right, let's check out Bama. All right, I don't have any initial overalls for these guys, but again, they'll be in the bottom right. But I think it's safe to assume anytime they get close to 70, they made quite a significant jump of about 10. But Lamar and Ecubon, 65, 64. Wilkinson gets up to 76. Honeycutt to 64. Fullback, we got Patino. He was an actual fullback. He's maxed out. I think USC's fullback was right around 73 as well as a blocking fullback. Ruggs was an athlete who moved over. I don't know if we ever checked his card. An impact guy. Looks like he might get to around 73 as well. Wide receiver. Charles gets to 77. Normal dev. That's where he's going to stay. So they make a big jump. They're ready to play, but they're going to stay at about 77. I don't know that they'll go more than that. Galvea, he's at 70, and he's capped out. And keep in mind, Alabama had the head coach and the offensive coordinator with the QB offseason training boost, and they only went up to 65. I'm guessing that's about around a 5 overall increase, but still room to improve here. So they could be making a jump next year. Tight end, we got Little John. He's at 65. I wonder if he's capped out. 2 more ticks left. But vertical threat, 81 speed, 65 overall. Again, at your 1-star, 2-star school, he could be a contributor for you. Center, we got Estrada to 67. Estorino jumps to 76. Session to 67. And Speed to 63. Kazi to 71. Moses to 65. Sauer to 65. Left end, Connors goes up to 71. We got to check his card because he was an athlete. We moved over. I would say quite a bit of room for improvement here still. Maybe gets up into 80, the 80 range. Wild's at 64. Right end, Boyette to 74. Let's see caps on him. Normal dev, 12 open caps. Does he get to low 80s? D-tackle, Wooten, 72. Does he get into the 80 range? Low 80s. Martino, 64. See if he's almost, no, he's still got room. Maybe he gets up into high 70s. Left outside linebacker, Vasher, 67. Maybe gets up into high 70s. Middle linebacker, Folk, is he ours? He is, 74. Maybe gets again into that 80 range, low 80 range. Prude at 68. Almost capped out, maybe just into low 70s for him. Riggs at right outside linebacker. He might get towards 80. Marvin at corner. Still a lot of room here. I wonder if he could get into upper 80s. I mean, his speed isn't that good. Does he have room to improve speed? 1 tick for speed. So maybe, I don't know what that 1 open box, if he ticks that, I don't know if that goes to then his speed goes to 85, 86, 87, I don't know. But if he fills all these other ones, I think he could be draftable. McBath at 72. He could get into mid 80s. Mann at 67. He might get into mid 80s. Marshall, I'm guessing he's close to no, look at this. He has 20 open caps. Does that mean he goes up 20 overall? Does he get to 81 if he fills them all? We'll have to wait and see. Brink, is he ours? Yeah, he's ready to play. 79. Maybe gets up into high 80s. So a couple potential draftable guys here that we're seeing with Alabama. Quick at 68. Maybe gets into low 80s. All right, so first training results are done. We saw some significant jumps, and I think it's fair to expect that with your low-level coach. Before we jump in, if you've experienced kind of these big jumps when you started out with a coach, let me know, because I am really curious how much the coaches actually affect that jump. I've never really put a lot of thought into figuring that out, but from what I'm seeing is the jumps will happen. I thought we might see a big jump in Alabama's QBs after the first year, but we did not. Maybe we'll see it this year, but they didn't make a bigger jump. And the guy who made what was it, 12-point jump. There were wide receivers, I think, or O linemen, where we didn't have that coaching skill in motivation tier 3. So let me know your thoughts down below. All right, here we are at the 4th and final training session for our guys. Let's hop in and see where we're at. QB Damian Christmas goes up to 80. He overtakes the other two in their senior year. Bullock at 77, he goes up 1. And then Ragas, we saw, was maxed out at 75 for the last 3 years now. Running back Bosby goes up to 79. Batista's at 72. He went up 3. And then Chastain is kind of maxed out here at 78. Let's check his player card, though. Yeah, he maxed out. How about Bosby, though? Impact guy can still go. Wow. Okay. And I want to check out Christmas, too. I forgot. 80 overall. Normal dev, he maxed out. So halfbacks are good. Hand, the fullback, we know. Receivers, here we got Frazier at 78. Let's check his card. Yeah, maxed out. I think he's been maxed out for 3 years now. Suggs at 77. I think he's maxed out. Yep. And last is McNutt, who I think is maxed out as well. So a lot of the receivers I think maxed out, yeah, for 2 or 3 years. Tight ends, Bojorquez and Roth were maxed out early. Bojorquez, I think, after his first training session. And then Roth was maxed out after his second. Here we got left tackle, Marvin at 81. Star Dev, it's maxed out. Huh. I would have thought he had more at Star Dev. Combo at 77. He jumped up 7 from last year. He was at 70. Okay, maxed out. All right, at left guard, we got Kane at 81. Let's see his player card. Normal Dev. 2 ticks left down here for quickness, but at 9 apiece. I don't know if he's going to get that. McKinnon at 80. He went up 1, and he got maxed out. Hautau. I redshirted him last year because he did not get redshirted his first few years. He comes in at 79. He went up 2. Still a little bit of room here. Pass blocking. Maybe he gets a footwork. Center. Oh, Chavis, did they move him? Uh-oh. We'll never know what happened to Chavis. I maybe should have just simulated the players leaving, because maybe Chavis transferred out. Shoot. All right, so we won't know about Chavis, but he was at 84. I think he had room for improvement. All right, left guard, Brock is at 84. He went up 2, maxed out. Sermon's at 80. He went up 4. Atagua's at 79. Let's see if Sermon, does he have room still? He's an impact guy. Yeah. Atagua, could he start? Maybe over Sermon? Atagua's maxed out. Okay, so Sermon will be starting. And Agasiva is not ours. He's been here from the beginning, though, feels like. Left end, nobody. Right end, Labato's at 80. Is he maxed out? He started last year. A couple ticks left. Wiggins at 76. He went up 3. Still could go up more. Quite a bit more. For a normal dev guy. Harbor jumped to 73. He went up 10. He was at 63 for the last 2 years. Now he jumped up 10. Nua's at 79. He went up 1. 3 ticks left. Middle linebacker, Kapluwitz, 78. He went up 2. Impact development and maxed out. Wow. Way is at 76. He went up 2. And Strong's at 73. He stayed the same. Let's check Way quick. Impact development maxed out. Let's check Strong. Impact development maxed out. Ogletree, 82. Stayed the same. Normal dev. Still got some ticks here though. 8 and 9 points though. Okay. Gaskin at 77. He went up 5. 3 ticks left. Corners, we got Wall at 84. I think he went up 3. Normal dev. Still a couple ticks left here. Hobson's at 78. He stayed the same. Normal dev still power and run stopping though. And then Tryon's at 77. He went up 1. Free safety Cook at 83. He went up 2. Still quite a bit of room for improvement here. He'll be starting. he should be higher than 83, it feels like. And then Jew's at 77. He stayed the same. 4 ticks left. All right, so that is the last training result for the USC guys. Let's check out Bama. So I made a rookie mistake as I was simulating. Wasn't paying attention to Alabama's record. We had to create a new coach so I could get in and do the depth chart and make sure the guys are starting for their last year. But so Matt Ashley was a new hire. We just took over for him. But here we got Emmett Lamar is at 80. He went up 3. Ecubon 74. He stayed the same. Let's check their player cards quick. Ecubon's kind of maxed out. Lamar has a little bit of room. I doubt he goes into these though. But Lamar will be starting. We'll get Ecubon to back him up. See if he can get some play. Wilkinson's at 81. He goes up 1. 7 ticks left. Maybe gets into mid upper 80s. We'll see. And then Honeycutt goes to 72. He went up 2. IQ, route running, he could. If he gets some play, he could bump those up. Maybe we'll make him our returner. Charles at 77 is maxed out. Galvez, I think, is maxed out. Little John at tight end is maxed out. Estrada at center is 80. He stayed the same from last year. Maxed out. Estorino is at 87. Oh, this guy could get drafted. He's making a run. 3 ticks left. Pass blocking, power, and IQ. I don't know. I hope one of them can bump him up to 88. We'll see. Sessions at 79. He went up 4. He's maxed out. Speed is at 75. He went up 4. Couple 4, 5 ticks left. Maybe he goes up more. See how much playing time he gets. Right tackle, we got Sauer. Oh, Sharp overtook him. Sauer's at 81. He stayed the same. Star Dev. Oh, okay, I got to get him to start this year. Footwork, power, quickness. Cossey's at 82. I feel like all these guys got impact. Still room. Maybe we can get Cossey some playing time. Moses at 79. He went up 4. Connors is at 78. He's maxed out. Wild's at 76. He went up 4. I'm guessing he's close to maxed. No, how does that work? So do we try to get Wild some playing time? Over Connors? I think so. Boyette is at 80. He stayed the same. 4 ticks. Dove is at 77. He went up 2. 6 ticks left. He could go up. Have to get him some playing time. D-tackle Wooten's at 78. He went up 1. Martino at 75. He went up 2. And Hyman was redshirted last year. He went to 75. He stayed the same. I mean, Hyman still got 6 ticks here. They're both 7 and 8 points, though. Wooten at 78 has 1 tick left. And Martino at 75 has 5 ticks left. Vasher's at 78. He went up 1. 1 tick left. But quickness, that's going to be expensive. That's 10. Doubt he'll get that. He's at 7 points, though. Folker redshirted last year. He's at 84. He did not go up at all. But does he have room? Nope, he's maxed out. It was weird to redshirt him then. My bad. Prude is 71. He's maxed out. Riggs is 84. He went up 1. 3 ticks left. So far I think we have one guy who could maybe get drafted. Marvin's at 81. He went up 1. McBath is at 80. He stayed the same. He could, yeah, he still has room. Again, I don't know how much playing time affects their development. Mann is at 78. He went up 2. 7 ticks left. Marshall at 74. He went up 4. A lot of room left. Wow. Could maybe get to low to mid 80s if he fulfilled his potential. If he was his best self. Brink, we redshirted, so he'd get another year. He's at 80. He went up 1. Nope, he's at 79. He stayed the same. Still room here, though. Quick is at 73. He stayed the same. Still room, though. All right, so that is it for all of our players after their last training. All right, we'll just advance to next week. I got to encourage transfers, and I got to set the depth chart. Make sure all of our guys are playing that have potential to make it or get better. All right, here we are at the end of our 5th season. Our 2-star guys are at the end of their career. We're going to see if we got anybody drafted. And I don't know about you guys, but again, I'm sold on 1 and 2-star guys, finding the right guys that fit your team. I'm all in on giving these 1 and 2-star guys a shot. But I think a couple of things that I would check, their income and overall doesn't matter to me. I think as soon as I get them in, well, one, if they're a gem, you know they're going to be pretty good. If they're a normal development guy, I think they can still develop pretty well. And so the first thing I would do after signing them, if they're not a gem, check out their caps. I think a lot of these 2-star guys that made it to high 70s-ish, I think they had about 21 caps. I don't know that for a fact. I was just kind of counting as I went. I didn't really keep track, but that seems to be about the number of caps some of these good 2-stars have. And obviously we had some star development guys that had less. I think the lowest I counted was 18 caps on any of these 2-stars. So again, I'm all in on 1 and 2 stars. Again, these 2-star guys, when I recruited them, the biggest pitch that showed up consistently was prove yourself. And so these 2-star guys are definitely guys that are going to come in and they want to prove themselves, right? They know they're more than a 2-star. They know they're overlooked. They're going to do everything they can to overachieve and get to that next level, help out the team, and become the best version of themselves they can. So with all that being said, let's dive into players leaving. Let's see what we got for USC. I don't know that I thought anybody would go pro, and it looks like the highest we got was 84. Bryce Wall, Brock was up there, Cook got the 83. So I don't think any of these guys progressed all that much, but you can see a lot of good. Look at all these redshirt seniors. 79. I mean, what's the lowest that one of these guys came in at? 72, that was Batista. Strong, 73. Vargas came in as the highest rated guy we brought in. He was a 68. So he only went up 70. That's for, again, you want to check the caps. How good can these guys get? My theory right now, and there's nothing behind this other than counting, is that each open cap equals 1 overall. I'll have to look into that more, but that's my theory going forward, and that's how I'm going to judge it. If anybody knows any different, let me know in the comments, and we'll figure it out. But a lot of mid-70s guys, right? Contributors. All of these guys can contribute, especially, again, at a lower tier program. But to see these guys at 79, 80, look at all these guys, 80 and above. 16 guys that are 80 and above. That's almost half the guys we brought in. All right, and now for the big moment of truth, we're going to check out Alabama. We're going to see if, I think he was a right guard, Estorino. We're going to see if he got drafted. Oh, I thought Fowler was him. But Estorino does not go. 88 overall. Heading into this, I thought for sure we'd get 2 guys drafted. We don't even get 1. So that's a disappointment. He's the same overall as the 1-star that got drafted. O-line must have been stacked. Fowler gets to go. He's 2 points better. He goes in the 4th round. But look at all these guys. Again, mid-80s, low 80s. Guys that can be impact players on your team at a small school. And again, a lot of these guys, their first jump after a redshirt year was, I want to say double digits, around there, but enough to get them ready to be on the field for you. We have some low 70s here. Maybe these guys, you count how many caps they have, and you decide not to stick with them. Obviously, you're not going to have 35 2-stars on your team. So maybe these low-end guys, you figure out after you get them on the team, they have low caps. Maybe they don't offer the speed you want at receiver, and you cut them. But some of these top-tier 2-star guys, you see that they have decent caps. You keep them around. Hopefully they start for you, or they just provide depth. So all in all, again, I'm in on 2-stars and 1-stars. I'm going to start adding them to my Nevada Wolfpack dynasty. I'm throwing around the idea of doing another rebuild. Maybe it's a live version where I only do YouTube lives as I build a program for 1-star, incorporating this 1-stars, 2-stars, JUCOs, and kind of build it that way. I think that'd be fun. Let me know if that's something you tune into live, or if I'm way off base with that. Also, let me know what you're doing with your dynasties. I love putting mine out here. I do many different dynasties, like I said, in the 1-star one. I have one where I just progress the coach and see the coaching skills. I have one where I recruit as many 5-stars as I can, because it is fun to play with some of the top tier players. I have one where it's just kind of a free for all. I edit overalls. try some different things playbook wise. I play with the difficulty level. Mostly it's on All-American. Helps me get more time to make some reads and things like that. But let me know what you guys are doing dynasty wise. If you're going to incorporate 1 and 2 stars into yours, how you would, what situations would you go after 1 and 2 stars? Let me know. I'm curious because I love this recruiting part. I love diving into it and figuring all this out. You know, the percentages of gems, busts, their development, what they get to. So if you're enjoying that, let me know in the comments. Let's connect and let's nerd out on recruiting together. But with that, I'm going to cut it here. I'm debating on doing a 3-star by the numbers as well. I'm not fully committed to that because it does take a lot of time. If you'd be interested in that, again, let me know in the comments. So until the next one, keep gaming, keep growing, and keep celebrating those obscure victories. Game on.